plus sign and hold on, Command plus sign, and it will magnify your piece. Okay, normally you'll see three boxes that will appear automatically: main toolbar, simple toolbar, and playback controls. You can go to Windows and you'll notice that all three of these are checked, but there are other toolbars that you may want to experiment with, but it's not necessary for this assignment. One extra thing that I would suggest is the mixer. So you click mixer right here, you put it to the side, and now you can balance. If you want to, you can pan the instruments right here, just like you learned with the digital audio workstations. It's the same concept. Alright, so let's begin. We want to input notation, so we go to simple toolbar, and we're going to do Mary had a little lamb. So Mary had a little lamb. So ta 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 ta. So right there, that's dealing with eighth notes and quarter notes. So I want to input it. Then we're going to do a quarter note. Alright, then back to the eighth note. And the quarter note. Back to eighth note. And then the quarter note. Now, I want you to go to the main toolbar and select the measure tool. Once you do, click on the first measure and then do Command C to copy, and then in the third measure, click that so it's highlighted with the blue, and then put Command V, paste. So it's the exact same thing. So now we have da 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 da. Okay, so now we have to just edit this real quick to eighth notes. There you go. And da 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 da, 4 eighth notes and a half note. Okay, there you go. So we did that. And now for the drum set, you can do all kinds of different patterns that you may want to do. So this is just one pattern. It's called reggaeton, and it's a pattern that goes like this: doon ta doon tee doon ta doon tee doon. So doon ta doon tee doon. So that pattern right there is within 2 beats. That's going to be a dotted eighth note and a 16th note, and then 2 eighth notes. Okay, so we're going to go dotted eighth note, and then at the bottom you have the dot. So we can select eighth note and then the dot, and then we're going to pick F for kick drum. You'll notice here in finale, throughout the staff, you'll see all the different types of instruments that are associated with the drum set. So we'll start off with a kick, and then we'll turn off the dotted note, and we'll pick the 16th note. Okay, there you go. Then we'll do the eighth notes, and we're just alternating between F and C for the kick and snare. So it's doon, ta doon, ting, and then we're going to repeat that again. So dotted eighth note. Okay. 16th note, turn off the dot. Good. And then eighth notes. Boom, boom. There you go. So now you have the first measure, so we're going to go back to the measure tool again. We're going to highlight it, copy, which is Command C, and then just paste Command V for the remaining measures. Okay, now you can go to the playback controls and hear it. Okay, now we need to add Harmonic Foundation. We have the rhythm and the melody. So since we're in the key of C, we're going to stick to diatonic chords, and more specifically, we're just going to do chords, 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, and 6 chord. Those are the only chords that we're going to do. So C, G, A minor, and F major. Okay, so one thing that we'll do right now is we'll do half notes. And you have the liberty to do the kinds of inversions that you want, but basically the first measure is going to be just C major. So I'm going to put C, G, E, okay? And maybe a low C. There you go. Maybe the second time I'm going to put E, C, G, E. And then when it goes da 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 da, second measure, first 2 beats, da da da, that's G. So we're going to go G, B, E. You even want to put an F if you want, dominant. And then we're back to da da da. That's back to the one chord. You see? And then we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go to A minor. Okay? Just to keep it interesting. Alright? So this whole measure is A minor. And then da 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 da. Right there. That is going to be, the first beat's going to be F major, second beat's going to be G major, and then the remaining two beats are going to be C major. So we're going to do quarter notes, okay? So if, in case, like right there, I just played G, but that's supposed to be F. In case you mess up, all you have to do is you can move notes with your arrows on the keyboard. Okay? And then G, oh, there you go. Just go down, and then your half notes. There you go. So now it should sound like this. Okay? Yeah. And then for the bass, we want you to do quarter notes and outline the harmony. So for bass lines in any of your pieces, one thing that I recommend is for you to stick to root, fifth, octave, and third, whether it's a minor third or a major third, depending on the quality of the chord. So remember, we're in bass clef, so C is going to be in a different position. C is going to look like the A in the treble clef. Okay? So I'm going to do C, G, C, and then low G. And then we're going to do G, D, C, G, and then A. Oh, right there I messed up, so I'm going to do the arrow up. There you go. So, A. We're going to go A, E, and then C, A, and then F, G, and C. But we need to make this one a half note, so we just select the half note and then click it there. Okay, so now we're going to focus primarily on the main tool bar right here. So over here you see this crescendo with also like a slur that's called the Smart Shape tool over here. We're dealing with this one. Okay, so let's click that, and you can select any of these things, trills and all kinds of different things. So we can select the trill if we want to, just experiment with. Now you double click, but the second click you actually have to hold. You don't release both clicks. You have to hold the second click and then drag. That's the only way it'll work. Okay, so right there, that was a trill. Okay, so we're going to do dynamics as well, and then here's decrescendo and crescendo. So we're going to go starting with the first note, and then we'll crescendo. Okay, and then right here, right next to it, you see the thing that says MF, mezzo forte. That's the expression tool. You click it, and then you select. You double click. Now this is one where you don't have to hold the second click. You just double click, and then you can select the dynamic you want. So in this particular case, I'm going to do just maybe mezzo forte for the flute. And then I'm going to assign, and there it is. Simple as that. Okay? And then maybe at the end I want it to go somewhere, so I'll double click real quick, and then I'll have fortissimo. Voila. Okay? And then right next to it you see a whole note with an accent. That's the articulation tool. So you click that, and then you'll select the note that you want. You go right above the note, you double click, and then you select the one that you want. So I'm going to do staccato, 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 staccato. And you're free to do whichever ones you want. To experiment. Okay? Try to be musical with it. Alright? Go back to expression tool, and you can do slurs. So the expression tool is, remember, is the one tool where you have to actually hold and drag the second click. So 1, 2, hold, and then bam. 1, 2, hold, and then bam. 1, 2, hold, bam. 1, 2, hold, and bam. And there you go. Now you can play it. So go back and then. That is your first assignment.